welcome back to my channel. It is your hostess with the mostest, Aspen Blue, and you're watching CreatorSim. So I've been having some technical difficulties. I still am, but I'm making it work. So I put this out on Twitter and I was honestly like shaken to the core with how much you guys loved this apartment. It's so crazy. Like, yeah, you guys beat my little record of how many likes and like retweets and love, just love period, I've ever gotten on a build. So can I just say thank you guys so much for that. That made my whole, like, I'm still stoked about it. Anyways, so here is finally the speed build, which I've been trying to get out for you guys for a while, but like I said, I've been having some technical difficulties. I actually wanted to build in this apartment a long time ago, and I bulldozed it and then floored it and like did the walls, and that was kind of it. So this is me deciding to finally build in it. And I put out a poll on Twitter asking you guys if you would prefer to see a gamer's apartment, crazy plant lady's apartment, or crazy cat lady's apartment. And a couple of you guys are like, why not all, or why not both? So this is all, this is both. This is like a combination of a gamer who's also obsessed with cats and plants. So kind of like my little dream apartment. A lot of fun. I had so much fun with this one. So here I am starting in the kitchen because I just wasn't really sure what to do with this build. I did go ahead and, so this is one of the apartments with like the historical features, and so it has the plaques on the wall. So we did lose out on some floor space just because I decided to put like just a wall over them just to hide them, you know, because yeah, they weren't great for the aesthetics I was going for. Anyway, so yeah, we're in the kitchen, and it was funny. Someone posted with love. They were like, you're gonna need a ladder to reach those cabinets. No, seriously though, seriously. But I do like the way the kitchen looks. I like having a decent amount of space above the counters and the cabinets, and I'm a really, really short person anyways, so I already use a little ladder in the kitchen already. Fun fact about Aspen, I have to climb countertops and use step ladders in the kitchen because I can't reach anything. And my whole family makes fun of me. And it's not like they're a bunch of tall people. My sister, she is tall, but like my mom isn't that much taller than me. My sister says she's actually bothered by the fact that her big sister is shorter than she is. And I'm like, but why though? Okay, so we've got kind of the floor plan figured out. This ends up being a singular bedroom, 2 bath, and like a study or game room area. So I was thinking about using this projector TV because I was like, okay, if they're a gamer, they probably got like cool tech and stuff. And then I was like, all right, but I've actually had a projector TV system and it was okay. The picture just wasn't the best though. Granted, I was using it on a wall and I didn't have like, you know, a projection screen or anything. So I do end up getting rid of the TV, but the feel of the living room as it is now sort of stays this way. I do some fidgeting around when I decide to go ahead and put the game room besides it. And this was fun. At first, I really had no idea what to do with this entryway. As you can see here, like yeah, none of this stays. But I realized that fitness, or the fitness stuff pack mirror came with that green thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, let's do neon LED lighting. So in my old apartment, I had these like LED little sticky strips behind my TV, and it kind of like went through like a rainbow glow. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. Let's go ahead and stick with that. And I like that all around in general too. Like my keyboard, it does this little like rainbow breathing thing, as well as my mouse. So I like it. Okay, so I decided to make the entryway like a little maybe sitting area, just like an accent room-ish place. Honestly, this could have fit more bedrooms, but I was thinking for like a single person. Like, what would I do with this space if I lived alone? And in my dream apartment, living alone, I would still at least want 2 bedrooms for a study and like a home gym, because I have a lot of workout equipment and it's not exactly aesthetically pleasing. So I would like a room just to stick that stuff in. So yeah, it comes together pretty well. I go ahead and I just like take these cabinets, the same thing I did in the kitchen, just back to back, and I lifted that juice bar to kind of make it look like a built-in bar there. And I go ahead and use the Jungle Adventure wood floors, which are some of my favorite wood floors. I feel like I should stop using them though when I don't use too much Jungle Adventure stuff for those who don't have a Jungle Adventure. I think I'm going to try and challenge myself to do a base game only build, because I do like making like the custom furniture and stuff. And I do keep in mind to use base game items in a lot of my builds, but I never do exclusively base games. So I think I'm gonna try and challenge myself. Alright, so there I was messing with the lighting. I really liked the idea of like doing the pink lighting, but I didn't want like the room to be pink. I just wanted that light to be pink. So it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, so I left it. I think I made it more of like a yellow tone. I thought I'd just brighten that little area up a little bit better. And this is another sort of like built-in, I don't know, I really like the idea of having like wall storage, built-in wall storage, especially because I've lived in so many small places. I understand the value of vertical storage. So I was like, okay, well maybe we'll do like an itty bitty dining area over there, and maybe I keep, I don't know, like linens for the table in there. No idea. I wanted a thing there, I put the thing there, and I think the thing does a great thing for this room. Yeah. Okay, so I really like the look of the wood planks, so I do decide to keep them. I just go ahead and I change them in shades, and there's so much wood and like mixed like pattern in here that probably isn't the best for interior design, but like I don't care. This kind of turned into my apartment, so I use like the chevron wood pattern. I think it looks really good. Alright, so here I am in like what I'm gonna make the gamers room, and this takes a while to kind of take shape. I went ahead and I added the streaming table because like, well, if you're a gamer you probably stream. I mean, that's what I'm aspiring to do, so that made sense. I do wish there was more like room behind it. Like honestly, I could have pulled the room out, maybe like another grid, and just had some cuter, aesthetically pleasing things behind the desk area, because a lot of streamers, they like to have like cute lights behind them, or like all their cute kitschy little like nerd decor and little pop bubble heads, whatever they are. Okay, so here I am making like a personal soundboard. I was looking for the eco lifestyle lights that are hexagons. I don't know, I can't recall how many sides they have at the moment, but see, I'm looking for them now and I can't find them, so I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna do these. Turns out I just didn't have my organized debug on, even though I had my debug code in. But those portraits do have a really fun pattern to them, which kind of remind me of soundboards, so I stick with those and I just make them fun colors, and I think that's a little bit more fitting for me. However, on the opposite wall, I do find the eco lifestyle lights that kind of look like hexagon whatever lights or soundboards, so I add them behind the TV, so like maybe people can still like enjoy the TV or whatever, or maybe this person, me, has like a partner and he or she like watches TV while I stream. Anyway, so I added soundboards on the opposite side, and I think they look really cool too. So here's me wanting to add some like aesthetically pleasing things to the back of the room, even though unless you were sitting in that seat over yonder, you would not be able to see the pink things. Anyways, this is just me trying to like make it cute. This apartment though was seriously a lot of fun, and I had no like plans or ideas for it at all. And then yeah, I took some tiny living stuff. I do add some Star Wars stuff because I personally am a Star Wars fan. Like my parents were Star Wars fans, and then I was a fan growing up, and now my little brother. Okay, let me explain. My parents started over after I graduated high school, so even though my sister and I are both adults now, we have a very young brother, and he equally is obsessed with Star Wars. So Star Wars has just always been like around and in my life, you know. So yeah, so we had some Star Wars stuff, and I do go ahead and I add baby Yoda, and I stick him on the chair like maybe he's like a little plushie or something, a stuffed animal, because even though I'm a grown-up, I do still, actually I don't have any of my stuffed animals out, but like I definitely have my childhood teddy bear. It's not like out, you can't see him, but he's around. If I need a snuggle, he's around. Okay, so I finally found the things, and then I realized I do like what I did better, and so I add them just to the opposing wall, like I said, in case maybe someone is watching television in this room. And then I decided to do kind of like a, you know, recording light, which my parents say I need for, so I moved back home. COVID made me lose my job, and I had to move back home. I just could not afford to live on my own anymore with everything going on and everything so uncertain. So yeah, I moved back home. Luckily though, my parents live in a way larger house than they did when like I did live at home before I moved out on my own. So it's far more comfortable. I have the whole downstairs myself practically. I live in an office, which is a decent size for like newer bedroom homes. I don't know, I'm making it work. Anyways, I was rambling. Oh yeah, my parents, so they'll just like be, my family is loud. They're a boisterous bunch. So like I'll storm out of my room when I'm trying to do a voiceover and be like, and like I'm not mean, but I kind of like yell at my family. I'm like, hey guys, I'm doing something in here, and they're like, oh, we have no idea. You should get one of those like recording lights. So I might, I don't know. It'd be interesting. Knowing myself though, I would forget to flick it on, and I don't know if I want to have like a wire like leading outside the room from inside the room. It could work though. Like I said, my room is like an old office space, so it actually has French doors. Now I only use one of the doors, and I have my desk partially in front of the other, which I do need to get sound panels. I think I'm gonna get like they use it for insulation, but like that sticky like foam. It's like a rope, but it's for like the siding of doors and stuff. I think I'm gonna get that for the door. It won't look pretty, you know, when the door's open. I mean, I guess if I get white, it'll look fine. Anyways, you're hearing me ramble about my plans to soundproof my apartment because COVID is not going anywhere, and at this time, I'm a huge help to my family with my little brother because he is doing distance learning right now, and that is tough. So, I mean, it's not like I do a lot. Like, he does all of it. I just kind of, like, oversee it and, like, feed him and, you know, stuff. I'm just a glorified nanny. Clean the house a little bit. But it's so nice to be back home with my family. Like, don't get me wrong. I loved having my own place. But, like, it's so nice to be with people you love. And I was very lonely when I lived on my own. Very lonely. I'm so lonely. You guys, I'm obsessed with Super Lonely by Benny. That's my jam. And I bet my parents, if they're listening right now, are giving a little giggle because I'm obsessed with this. Okay, so like I said, my old apartment, I had an LED strip thingy behind my TV. So this was me like trying to recreate like a cool thing. And I actually posted some pictures on Twitter asking like what color schemes you guys preferred or liked or thought was cool. At first I was just going to go with green because I was still like, okay, this person's going to be obsessed with plants. Green is cool. And I'm like, no, let's do rainbow. And we do end up doing a rainbow, but more like toned down. I end up getting rid of some of these slates and I lighten them up with white because I think that just looks better and see. And I feel like it's just way cuter and pastel-y and rainbowy, and so yeah, I really like the way it evolved. So sorry for the person who recommended like the sunset vibe. I went with this. I didn't listen to you. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. So just adding some lighting. I always add these little like wall lights. Not these ones, but I already placed it. I stick them behind like cabinets and stuff like that because I think mood lighting, and I'm a big advocate for mood lighting too in my own like living spaces. I never use aerial lights. Very rarely, unless I lose something and need like really, really good lighting. But I mean, aside from that, I've got several, but like, yeah, I guess like a lamp or a light source in each corner. So just very like relaxed, you know, warm light. And then if I am recording or something like that, I do have like an LED selfie, like just photography bulb. I don't know what you call those. The circle ones. See them all over the place. Anyways, I have one of those. Honestly, it's out of commission though. It's being used for a plant time lapse. I do have a plant YouTube channel. It's not doing a whole lot because, like I said, I moved back home, so I was moving and I wasn't buying any more plants. I wasn't doing any cool like plant projects. I'm kind of just letting my plants like be. So really all I'm doing is trying to catch like a plant unfurl its leaf because that's kind of cool. And honestly, after it's all said and done, it's just like a 15-second video. So, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. All right, so I went ahead and I took this Island Living Monstera. I shrunk it down a bit. I think I ended up using the tool mod too because it just wasn't as small as I would have liked. Yeah, here we go. Tool mod. The handy dandy tool mod. I need to look up how to change the windows. I know there's a way to do it with the tool mod in apartment complexes, and I watched like one tutorial for it and then I kind of like forgot everything I saw. So yeah, I'm gonna probably research that. Again, I'm having like technical difficulties. I used Movavi Video Suite 2020 and it was not loading. It was erroring out essentially. when I would try and pull up like the video editing portion of it. And the other programs worked, like the audio program worked. I could pop up the converter just fine, even though I really never use that unless something corrupts or something. Anywho, back to my complaining. So I uninstalled it with intent to reinstall it, and like you get like this insurance thing when you buy it, just in case like you get a new computer or something, like whatever. And the link they sent me was for the new program. So it's like, it even said in the email, "Hi, the product you have is an older version. The link down below is for your version. Download the new version." So just for poops and giggles, I decided to enter the activation code into the new system that they keep sending me. And it's like, oh, hey, this activation code is for the older version. So here's a link to that version. And it just was this horrible cycle. It just downloaded the new version again. The email I got back from customer support was just like a generic, "Hey, we got your thingy. We'll be in touch." And then like a bunch of frequently asked questions. I was able to find though on their website like prior versions of the thing, and I was able to download my version again, but then I was just back to square one with my video editing portion of the software not pulling up. So right now I'm using the trial version of the new one and then the audio version of my old one. So like I said, we're still having technical difficulties, but I'm trying to make it work. I really am. And I was so excited about this build too, and the fact that I was thinking I wasn't gonna be able to edit anything really was like putting a damper on my creative space. So I figured we'll just try and do it this way. I have this trial. I don't know if it'll like kick me out, you know, when it's over. It's only 7 days, but I'm not buying this program again. So we'll see if I hear anything helpful from support. Maybe they'll just give me the new version for free. Honestly, knowing me though, I'll probably just break and spend like the $70 for it. Okay, anyway, so I did this in my last apartment build too, 1020 Alto apartment, where I do like a laundry room which enters to a bathroom. Yeah. And I feel like that's super handy. I like the idea of having either the washer and dryer A in the kitchen or just near a sink too. I think that is handy. Like growing up, my grandmother had like a big utility sink in her laundry room, and I like that you can wash like your delicates or like dry clean only, things like that, you know. So yeah, so here's the cute little laundry room. I'm just cluttering up with all the awesome like laundry day stuff we got. Some hampas. If you guys don't have laundry day, and like I don't play The Sims at all, but I love laundry day for the stuff that it has, the realism it brings to the builds. Like we can have hampers. When I do like older cottagey or like farmhouse builds, I love using the what's it called? The clothesline, the hanging clothesline outside, because that's fitting because I did grow up with like a rural-esque family, and they did have a washer and dryer, but the dryer was kind of a POS, and like it would burn the clothing, so my grandmother would hang them all out to all the clothes out to dry. And honestly, some clothing I do like that crisp, like crunchy feeling of air-dried clothes. So like my bath mats, I love those to be hung outside because I just love the feel of them. They almost feel like they've been starched or, you know, whatever. Anyways, have I spoken about this build at all, or am I just like blabbing about myself? I'm so sorry, guys. It's so funny though. So after I finish this build, I go ahead and create like a little like sim self. I just kind of half-ass it, honestly. I'm not a cast creator, although I do come up with some awesome cast creations. And I'm like, why wasn't I recording this? But I don't know. I can't have too many projects or passions going on at the same time, because then I just don't do anything. Like in my Twitter bio, it says, "Jack of all trades, but a master of none." And that is so true. I can do a little bit of everything. Like, fun fact, my family are a bunch of mechanics. I know some stuff about cars. I don't know enough about cars, but I know a little bit, more than the average bear. Let's see. I can play a little bit of guitar. Not well. I won't play for you. It's like a... yeah, but I can do that. A little bit of piano. Won't play for you. I can draw, I can paint, you know, but I'm not a master of any of them. It's just, I like doing it. It's fun. And actually, I think the full version of that expression is, "A jack of all trades, but a master of none is better than a master of one," or something along the lines. Essentially, it's better to know a lot about a lot of things than know everything about one thing and nothing else. Which I like that. I like that. Anyways, let's see how much time we have. I can't believe I've been yammering on for 20 minutes. It's so funny. When I first started out this like YouTube venture, the thought of doing my first voiceovers was like daunting. It was like a scary thing. And then now here I am, like telling you guys my whole life story in 20 minutes. All right, we have a bit to go. We have a bit to go. Yeah, you have another 6 minutes of yours truly. Really though, guys, I cannot believe how much you love this apartment. I was so like, I felt, I was fangirling over you guys, if that makes sense. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, so-and-so, like, oh, they like, what? So it was just really, really cool to feel like appreciated for what I do. Anyway, so as you can see, we're in the only bedroom in the house. The master, my bedroom, my dream bedroom, I guess, for an apartment. Like, this is not my dream house. This is like, you know, I'd live here for sure. Okay, so again with the neon lights, I decided to go with blue actually, just because I feel like it looked really nice against that lighter wood I used. And then I think that bathtub is from Seasons, yeah, as well as the showers too. I just really like that gold finishing of the shower head. So yeah, just cluttering up the bathroom, and then I go ahead and take, and I've been using this in every single build. You guys, or I missed it talking about it, but in the living room I went ahead and I took the, I think it's from Get to Work or something like that, or maybe Dine Out. It's like the big blank sign or whatever. It has a little bit of lighting on it, like backlighting. Here we go, this is it. But it comes in a bunch of different swatches, and it actually has a couple of wood tone swatches. So that's what I go ahead and I use here. And see how they're different colors? Okay, so here I am though with my handy dandy little wall light. So that seems to get rid of those shadows. Oh, anyways, like I was saying, there were cats everywhere because I made my sim self. And then I think if you live alone, you can have like, because I want to say it's more than a full household. I don't know, at least like, or maybe it was 7 cats. I don't know, a lot of freaking cats. And I just decided to like randomly generate a bunch of different cats. So there's like a ragdoll looking one, a Siamese looking one. I made a Sphinx cat and I made him fat, and it's just, oh, so funny and cute. And I know this doesn't make sense, but I really was not, I was kind of at the point where like, do you ever get, this sounds really bad. Okay, I'm so lazy. Do you ever get like, well, yeah, lazy, or just like kind of like ready for a build to be done? Anyways, I was really tired of struggling trying to find or make my own custom pots. So I just stuck that little tree there in that side table, which does have a mirrored top. So maybe it's like sitting in water. Don't know, but I think it works. I wish we could move the ladders around like an object, you know? Even if it's not functional, it would still just be cool. I mean, I suppose I could have used my own. But really, your girl is short and she would definitely need a step ladder for those cabinets. Just in general, I need a step ladder. I can't reach anything. So yeah, lots of plants. I'm like, oh yeah, this was supposed to be a gamer who's obsessed with plants and cats. I don't add too much cat furniture because honestly, my cats don't have a lot of furniture. I had a little tiny tree in my apartment, and then my parents, they have a bigger cat tree for their, but they live in a full house. If I lived in a whole house and my cats could literally have their own like room to have like ridiculous cat furniture in, yes, sure. But in my little apartment, I just had like this tiny 3-foot beige scratcher and like, you know, some things around the house. I mean, there were cat toys everywhere. Yeah. But they were a fun distraction too. Like, it was just fun to pick them up and like toss them. And my one cat, he like fetches. So you can lay in bed and just throw a toy and he'll bring it back to you. Very cute. Very cute. Oh, let's talk about my cats. Why not? You know, it's my gamer, you know, apartment who's also obsessed with cats and plants. So, I have a Siamese, Sydney, or Sid Vicious, what is his full name. See, when he was a kitten, he used to growl at his food while he was eating. Like, no one would be around him, no other animals, and he would just like sit there and like, well, I'm not going to impersonate it, but if you can imagine a kitten just growling and eating, it's a very funny sound. Anywho, and then Mishka, I got Mishka so okay, Sydney is my childhood like friend. We've been together for, I think he's probably 13 or 14 by now. Yeah, I think 13 sounds right. Because I was about 11, yeah. So he's 13. So when I first moved out, I didn't bring him with me right away. But eventually, like, my boyfriend at the time and I, we got a proper house together. So then I was able to bring him, and he's been with me ever since. That's been about like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. And then while I was living in my apartment, someone let me know that there was a little kitten who wanted some love. Now I say that like I planned on, I'm not gonna buy a purebred animal. I don't think I'm gonna ever spend the money for that. And I don't know, I can't remember where it was. There was some like comedian or jokester or something, but he's like, I'm not stupid, I don't pay for cats. And this is so true though. Like, cats do get a bad rep, so they're a rap or whatever the term is. So it's pretty easy to come across cats. Anyways, these girls I knew, they had this kitten for 3 days and decided it wasn't going to work. They named him Winston, but he's Mishka now. He is my little mouse, and I love him so much, and he was the best thing for my Siamese, and I think it like gave him a lot of life. Anyways, we're almost to these captures. Thanks so much, guys, for, well, just everything, for your support, for loving my builds, for listening to me ramble, and just for humoring, I guess. Thank you for placating me. I really enjoy doing this, so it's very cool that my hobby finally, you know, master or jack of all trades, master of none. So it's really cool to have one of my hobbies appreciated and me feeling comfortable enough to share them. Maybe one day I'll play the guitar for you. Doubtful, but you know. Anyways, guys, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. But we'll talk soon. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.